Hello, how are you doing? How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to do a reading for the collective. Again, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So if the message or a specific message resonates with you, take that one as you would a personal reading. If it doesn't, then disregard it as if it is a reading for someone else, it's a message for someone else. So you have to be discerning when you watch collective readings or any reading, general readings as it were. So we're going to get started with the message. I want to say thank you for everyone who watches the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Definitely subscribe, tune in to my other readings because there might be messages there that resonate with you and help you with some situation that you are currently dealing with. Okay, so let's get started. There is definitely a walk that needs to be taken, and not like a literal walk. Obviously, this is figurative, but I think there's fear here. There was fear. I think someone is getting out of the grapple of fear or grappling with fear, and they've like moved out of that space of being completely and totally, utterly scared to take a step, to literally move, because there's something here about being when I say a walk before, it was figurative, but this is literal. Somebody was afraid to move, to do a thing, to engage with something. This could be something as simple as social anxiety, right? Because I see here a lot of socializing. There's something here about a fear of socializing, a fear of interacting, a fear. It could be, if it's not a fear of socializing, interacting, it's the fear of dating, getting back out in the dating game, getting back out, whatever it is, or something here about past events hindering your forward movement in something that needs to be done in order to move, to make that progress. Everybody's trying to progress. This is about progress, right? Make that progress in your life. But there's something here that's hindering. It's a deep-rooted fear that is hindering, but based on past experiences, right? So not to negate what you've been through that has caused this fear, but there is a sort of coming out of it. So you have worked your way out of it. It's not gone. It's still there. The fear is still there, but you have gradually worked your way out of and ready to take that walk, ready to take that step, ready to make that move. Maybe, it might be a little jarring for you. Maybe you're not completely ready for it, but you're not in that same headspace of being completely what's the word that I'm looking for? Completely frozen, like struck in by fear, because before you were struck in by fear. And you're not there anymore. So now it's about the action. It's about, taking the action towards whatever the goal is for you. And we'll figure out what exactly the goal is here, but it's about taking the action. Because I think you've done somebody here has done a lot of self-realization, which is really good. They've done a lot of self-realization to work through the issues and the problems. I don't know if somebody here wants to therapy, but now it's about, realizing the fear, realizing where it came from, doing the self-analyzation, going into the hermit. Yeah, fear. There's the moon card here. Fear. And getting out of the fear, like it's reversed. So the Eight of Swords in the reverse. These two cards are Eight of Swords in reverse and the Moon in reverse. The fear, getting out of the fear. It was just self-imposing fear. And the Seven of Swords. So you got the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords. So this might be having a sort of fear of engaging with relationships again. So whether it's romantic relationships or friendships, there was something traumatic that happened in the realm of people and relationships and socializing that caused some sort of fear. Maybe you were betrayed in some way, because these two cards point to betrayal. So you have the two fear cards here and the two cards of betrayal. So there's something here that led you to that, which is what I said. So it's basically the cards confirming what I said, but I'm trying to get a little bit more in depth here about the next phase of coming out. Because like I said, it's the realization. This is the problem. This is the issue. This is where it stems from. I know I need to fix this because I can't stay, a hermit for the rest of my life, never interacting with people, never taking that walk, never taking that step that leads to that walk, that leads to that path, that leads to the next thing, being stuck, forever. I know I can't continue to do that. So the self-analyzation has been done. The realizations have been done. The working through the fear have been done. And it's really, I think now the only thing that's stopping you is this sort of lack of faith. There's some sort of lack of faith that even though I know what's wrong, I know the issue, I know where the fear comes from, I know that it's time to walk out the door and to face the world again, or whatever the world is for you, whatever it is, whether it's relationships, friendships, jobs, community, whatever it is, whatever the fear is, that's your world. So I need to face the world. I know I have the tools to navigate it, but it's like I lack faith in myself to be able to, it's like when you're coming out of a hard period, a hard time in your life, when you're coming out of that, and you feel like you've worked through it, but then you have to face the fear. You have to face it. So say your fear was getting back into relationships because you were betrayed heavily in a past relationship. Like it really was some serious betrayal there. And maybe 2-3 years, maybe 6-7 years, 10 years, you've been single, you've been, struggling with it, but you finally decided to work through the issues and get to the bottom of it and figure it out and know what's wrong and know the tools to manage the fear and get out of it. But now it's time to test that. Now it's time to get back out there. Now it's time to meet people again. Now it's time to see about engaging in that world again. And you're afraid that it's going to all come crashing down. If this was an addiction that you were dealing with, right? An addiction that you've gone through, you've done the work, you've, worked through the addiction. So when you're at home by yourself, you're not tempted. When you're at home by yourself and you don't have any triggers, you're fine. But now it's time to step out in the world where people who, drink and adults who talk about drinking and everything, passing liquor stores and having to go, engage with friends who still drink, or having to, be invited to, company parties where there's alcohol, or going out with friends around alcohol. So now you have to put everything that you learned and everything that has been you've been working towards to the test. Now it's in action, right? Like I said, the walk is now you have to walk the walk. It's not just talking the talk, it's walking the walk. And something about you is still very afraid of that. And you don't have that much faith that you'll be able to do that. So that's the hesitation right now. Because like I said, you're ready for something new. You're ready to get out of the phase that you've been in, but the hindrance here is not the understanding. You have the understanding. Yep, and I knew the devil card was going to come out because I talked about addiction. This is about getting on top of your addiction, or not necessarily addiction, because it's not necessarily about somebody who's addicted to something. It could be, but what this is about is getting on top of the devil, the monkey on your back, right? So the devil is in reverse. You have all the cards that kept you stuck. So let me just do this before we move on, to give you a little bit of confidence about what you lack confidence in, you lack faith in. Every card that would be a hindrance in your path to moving forward is in the reverse. So what this is saying to me is that everything that has stopped you in the past from getting over this monkey on your back, whether it's fear of relationships or an addiction or whatever it is, it's in the past. And you're still relating yourself to your past. And this is what people do, right? This is what people do who knew the old you, but don't know the new you. And you are doing that to yourself. So people who used to know you when you were in this devil energy, whatever it was that was keeping you stuck in this fear and trapped and not being able to move forward, those people will always bring up your past. Like, we knew you haven't changed, and you are doing that to yourself. So it doesn't even require other people to constantly bring up your past. You're doing it to yourself. So even though you've done the work, and even though you've done the insight, and even though you've done the therapy, and even though you realize what kept you stuck and why and where those triggers came from, and you have an understanding, it's a logical understanding of all of it. and it helped you to be ready to move forward. But the thing that's keeping you stuck is not believing that you've changed. That's what it is. You lack self-belief that you've changed. And what I'm telling you is a spiritual guidance. I'm telling you that your spirits and guides and whoever you believe in is telling you that you have changed. You just lack the faith that you change. So whatever you're the emperor. Your spirit is telling you to change. And you're not, okay, so I guess the best way I can describe this is like a kid, right? A kid being in fear of all of your childhood wounds, right? That you've carried with you throughout your life that you buried, but really you didn't bury, you thought you buried, but they really were the motivational factor in all of the steps and all of the moves and all the decisions you made, because it was subconscious of things that you weren't acknowledging about those childhood wounds. And so they pretty much drove you. They drove you. They were the little man in the car that were driving all of your decisions that you didn't even know was there. You thought it was you making those decisions. And in fact, it was all of those wounds that you had buried making decisions for you. And when you finally did the self-realization and the therapy and worked your way through those wounds, what happened is you leveled up and you became the emperor. And the emperor is, if nothing, he's in the upright. Do you know how poetic this is? The devil coming up in the reverse and the emperor coming up in the upright. This is literally getting on top of the monkey on your back. You finally control it and it no longer controls you. So again, I think the best way I can describe this is addiction. So if, like I said, it would just take addiction as whatever the monkey on your back is. So it doesn't have to literally be an addiction. It could be childhood wounds. It could be abuse. It could be relationships that have failed, cheating, hurt, whatever it is, betrayal. The monkey has been defeated, but for whatever reason, you don't believe it. And what we're saying is that you're going to have to step out of the house. You're going to have to walk the walk, and you're going to face that monkey that has defeated you so often in the past. But you don't realize that you're now the emperor, and that monkey doesn't realize it either. And so when you face that monkey, you're a different person. That monkey is still thinking you're the person from the past that they can control, jump on your back and totally control you like a puppet. And they don't realize that you're the emperor. And the emperor doesn't let anyone control him. The emperor is the master of his domain. He's the only one that's the master of his domain. You have the kings and the queens that are master of a certain domain, but the emperor is master of all his domain, all of the facilities, all of the departments, all of the tasks. And few times in life do we face something this debilitating, and when we come out of it, we become the emperor and the empress, or not even empress, the emperor. We become the emperor, regardless of gender. You become the emperor. And this is somebody who literally has, let me tell you this. It's not only about you mastering the monkey on your back. You have obliterated the monkey on your back. And you're not going to see this or know this until you literally walk out and experience it. Because the more you stay in hermit mode and you avoid the monkey, whatever the monkey is that's controlled you up to this point, the fear, the worry, the anxiety, the addiction, whatever, you're not going to have faith. You're going to continue to not have faith in yourself because you haven't tested it. This is about like testing the theory. The theory is the therapy and the self-realization and the inner work and all of that, right? It all sounds really good. And spirituality, it all sounds good in theory, but you don't know that it works until you have been out in the wild and put all of those theories to use. And this is saying that this is the time for you to get out there and test those theories. It's time. So go out there to the bar with your friends. If this, I'm just using addiction as an example again. So if you've been addicted, go out there to the bar with your friends. Test the theory. Test the 12-step program. Test your inner strength. Test to see if you really are the emperor. And then get out there, and then you might be really afraid. You might be like, oh my God. Is the monkey coming back? Am I going to be tempted? Am I not going to be able to? And then you get to laughing and joking and playing pool and playing darts, and then 2 hours go by and you realize you haven't been tempted once to take a drink. Not once. And how are you around alcohol, something that you absolutely was so dependent on in the past, and get around it nonstop? People having fun. You seeing them have fun. Like, oh my God, I remember the fun. And not be tempted whatsoever at all to take one freaking sip. People suggesting that you get drunk with them. People in your face drunk say, hey, take this shot. Come on now, live life, blah, blah, blah. All of the temptation that would have drowned you in the past. Drowned you. You would have been drowned by the temptation in the past. And you get out there, and for the first time ever in your life, you're like, this doesn't affect me at all. At all. And that's because you are the emperor. And nobody rules the emperor. Nobody. Not a soul. Not a soul rules the emperor. And you're not going to realize that you are the emperor until you walk the walk. You have talked the talk. You have done the work. It's time to test the theory. It's time to go out there. And if this reading resonates with you, I'm telling you, you are the emperor. And nobody rules your domain, especially not fears or addictions or things that people have done in the past or said about you in the past. Oh, look at that addict. Ain't nothing but an addict. Look at him in it. Guess what? You defeated it. Not only did you defeat it, you became a different person. You evolved, and you're the emperor, and it doesn't control you anymore. All right. So I'm going to get some, hold on. Let me get some cards here. Let me get some of these cards here and see what the messages are. We got some different messages here for the collective. Let's see what the collective is. Message for the collective is. Now, these cards do get read in the reverse, but I don't particularly love to read oracles in the reverse. Not my favorite thing in the world to do. But these are different messages here from Oracle. We'll take that and that. There is someone here you need to watch out for. Whether it's in love or friendship or whatever. I don't know who might be in love. Yeah, somebody here you need to watch out for. Always warnings about watching out for people, right? Okay, hold on. Let's see here. There definitely, while I was shuffling the cards, there's a person here. I think if you interacted with somebody, so I can read this two ways. If you interact with somebody, if you go ahead and interact with a person or give into your curiosity, or something here about a curiosity about a person that you find attractive or intriguing in some way, you're going to be disgusted with yourself that you gave into that person, because there's something here about this person. They seem really fun and jovial and lighthearted and fun, like somebody whose energy you would be attracted to. But there's something here about this person will make you very sad. Okay, so that's what I'm picking up. I think you're going to be like, this person is not showing up how they really are, because they're only showing you the surface of who they are. But once you dig deeper into who they are as a person, you're going to realize they got some really negative, toxic tendencies about themselves that they don't show because you're not getting to know them. I think oftentimes people confuse the surface the surface of what you notice, and that's what you're attracted to. So it's not like, faulting anyone for that, because that's, people show you that that's what you're going to be attracted to. And then you get to know them, and then by that time you're already kind of attached, and you get to see the person underneath, and the person underneath is pretty shitty. So I hate to tell people, because it's like, how do you stop yourself from being attracted to the things that you're attracted to? And then to tell people that you need to, always be cautious of the thing that you're attracted to is a really shitty way to live life. But there's going to be a particular masculine energy that comes into your life who is very jovial, very like surface, very fun, very attractive. Like, they just immediately have that light that attracts you to them. But I'm going to tell you to be very careful around that person. And you want to know this person, because there's not too many people that give you that feeling. They give you that spark. There's a spark. Whether it's on your side and not their side, or both sides, there's a spark. I think a lot of people feel a spark with this person. So you're not special, but they're special to you, because you very few people, you feel this with very few people. So that's how you know it's this person. And it's surface. So keep it surface. I think oftentimes when we meet people like this, And it should be just a casual friend that you like, I want to have a good time. Let me call this person. I know this person is a good time. That's all they should be in your life. And we're so conditioned to want to contain and trap and bottle and box up the things that we want in life. Like I have to like tie it up in the basement, in my house so that it never escapes me. Then you don't realize how toxic that person is. This person isn't, they're here for a good time, not a long time. And you need to treat people according. Like oftentimes we meet people who are here for a good time and we want to make them a long time. And so we force ourselves on that person and we try to tie them down, and it just becomes toxic and more toxic and more toxic, because that is not what that person is meant for, period. And they're definitely not meant for that in your life. So I'm not going to tell you not to deal with this person, because it is something you're attracted to, and who doesn't want to live a fulfilling, exciting life, but you have to take it for what it is. This person on the surface is a good time. So when you want to have a good time, this is the person you call, but do not try to trap them or contain them or force them to have emotions and feelings and dig into. They're not ready for that. And when you do that, you're going to cause a very negative backlash or reaction or vitriol from this person that you didn't know existed, because that is not their nature. Their nature is to be fun and exuberant and to share their energy with everyone. And you're so busy trying to stop that you're going to cause yourself a lot of pain and a lot of heartache. Yeah. So I told you I saw something in the cards. While I was shuffling, I couldn't make out exactly what those cards were. You got the Lover and Falseness. I don't know if you can see that here. Lover and Falseness. You got Service in the reverse. So the person is selfish. They're not of service to other people. The Lover's card here with the Falseness card, I don't know how else you can. I can't zoom in on this, so I can only show you the card. So the Service card in reverse. This person is selfish. At the Lover's card, this person goes around and spreads their love to everyone and everything. And then you have the False card, right? And it's false in the sense that this is a player. This is the player type. This is somebody who the reason that you're so attracted to them is exactly the same reason that they are not for the long term. They're for, like I said, they're here for a good time, not a long time. I don't know how else to explain it. And they're going to make you sad. They're going to make you sad if you try to trap them. Like I say, wait a minute, this is crazy. Yeah, you're hoping you could trap this person and stop the dang. That's really hope here. So you're hoping that you can prison here, trap this person. There's two folds here with the prison card. You're hoping you could trap this person. You see how these cards fail? You see this prison, Lover, frivolity. This person is not serious about love or relationships or you. Again, they're here for a good time. You saw it, you want it, you went after it, you tried to lock it down, and this person is going to cause you nothing but misery and heartache. You got cards here of the Widower in the reverse. This is somebody who is not in it to be anybody's meant to be. You got the person, the Service in the reverse, which is mean this person is selfish. They're not in it for other people. They're not here to serve you. I'm not here. Like, if you love me, that's your problem. Those are your feelings. Why are you so heavily trying to put your feelings on me and then make me responsible for your feelings? That's this person's energy. That's how they feel about other people's feelings about them. That's your problem. You deal with it. Stop trying to bring your feelings to me and make your feelings my responsibility. They're not. This person is not trying to take responsibility for anybody's emotions, feelings, or a relationship. And then you have melancholy. This is like bored waiting on this person, hoping that they change, hoping that they see your worth, hoping that they want to be with you. A lot of people feel that way about this person. I'm going to be quite honest with you and blunt. You're not special to them. You understand? They're special to them. And a lot of people feel like they're special. So they don't really feel a lot of people are special. Okay, so you just have to accept that. And then Journey in the reverse here, trying to keep this person from leaving. And that's what they are. They're a journeyer. They're a journeyer. They come and they go as they please. They have no intention of being trapped with any one person. No intention of being trapped. None. And you hoping, wishing, wanting, praying that they want to be trapped with you is not going to make them want to be trapped or tied down. In other words, say trapped, tied down. They're not trying to be tied down. They're a mover and a shaker. They're a rolling stone. Papa was a rolling stone, and this person is a rolling stone. They have no interest in being tied down. None at all. So you're just going to cause yourself a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, a lot of misery. And that's it. Okay, so you have somebody here. So the next message that I have is now these cards I definitely don't read in reverse. So there's just no reversals for these cards. You do have a man coming into, I get a lot of masculine energy here. Like I'm getting a lot of masculine. So either if this is a masculine energy that's watching this reading, then this is, then you are the person. Unless you are, okay, well, obviously you can be into men. So if you are straight, you got a lot of masculine energy here, so much. So if you are straight masculine energy watching this reading, then that means you are this person, because normally it would be ambiguous about gender, but this is not ambiguous about gender. It is like literally coming up massive. These oracle cards are very specific about gender, as opposed to like tarot and things like that, which energies can go either way. So if you are a straight masculine man who's interested in women, then this reading is about you. If you are a homosexual or bisexual masculine male, then this could be somebody you are engaging with romantically. And if you're a female who's interested in men, this could be the only, I think, people that are being excluded from this are lesbian women, because it's just no feminine energy. It's all masculine energy here. So somebody is definitely dealing with a masculine energy. Somebody here is really interested. So you got a choice. Somebody has a choice between two men. So, oh man, this is classic. This is classic energy right here. Somebody has a choice between a man who's very well off in life, who wants to treat you like a princess. And then somebody here is a guy that has another masculine energy who's interested in them, who doesn't have the material possessions as the other masculine energy. But you have, so so this is what's gonna happen. It's a choice. You literally have a choice. You have someone here, either you're currently dating this person or this person is coming into the picture, but it's not that they're broke or they're like homeless or anything. When you see the poverty card, I know you panic. Oh my God, they're broke. They're not broke. They're just not on the level as this other person that wants to come into your life that you can expect to be coming into your life. So this is like a rom-com. You are dating someone who's on your level. So just take it more like someone who's on your level, social economically. So whatever level you're on, that's the same level this person is on. So you guys are on the same level. But for whatever reason, you come across somebody who is like way above your social economic status, and they want you. This person wants you. So whatever it is, so if you are middle class, you're dating somebody who's middle class, but you meet somebody who's what's above middle class, higher up, who's a doctor or something, I don't know, a lawyer or corporate lawyer or something like that. If you are a blue collar worker, maybe you work at Walmart and you date somebody who works at Walmart, then you meet somebody who's like has a salary position at a company. So it's whatever your social economic status is. You're dating somebody who's in your same socioeconomic income range, and then you meet somebody who's above that, and that person wants you. So you have a choice. You literally have a choice who you're going to marry. And I can't figure out who you're going to marry. I can't figure out who you're going to marry. You have a choice. You have a choice here. Yeah, you have a choice. I just said a choice. The crossroads. This is a staircase. You can go one or the other way. Somebody here, it's a risk. Ooh. You're going to be the cheater in this situation. That is very rare that I have a reading where the person or the people that I'm reading for are the ones who are clearly, oh, I know who you're going to pick. Bam. You're going to cheat. You're going to cheat. Yep, you're going to cheat. You're going to cheat, and you're over it. Damn. I'm not saying I am not judging. This is what I'm telling. This is not for me to judge your actions. What is for me to do to tell you is what's going to happen. And I'm about to lay this out for you, cut and dry, beginning, middle, end. If this resonates with you, This is how this situation is going to play out. You are going to date someone, like I said, in your social economic status, world. I don't know how you're going to meet this person that is so above you social economically, because usually people like that stay within their, they don't really climb down the ladder, and not in a bad way, but they don't climb down the ladder to socialize or interact with people who are under them socially or economically. But this person does. They see you, they want you, they're going for it. You are already dating someone, right? You are going to slow walk your way into communicating with this person who is very well off financially. It's not like you're jumping into, I'm going to cheat and I'm just going to go. No, it's not malicious in that way. You're going to slow, because you're going to give this person your number. You're going to, and they're going to be under the pretense of a friend or getting to know someone, or this is somebody, and you're going to slow walk your way into a relationship with this person, or cheating with this person. You are, while you're still with the person that you're with. And this person is going to want to dote on you. They're going to want to marry you. I'm not telling you a lie. This person does want to be with you. And eventually, through the course of cheating, you are going to cheat with this person. You're going to cheat on who you're with, that person that's in your socioeconomic, class. You're going to cheat on that person with this person who's well off. And you're going to eventually marry this person. I was waiting to see if something really bad was going to come of this, other than the fact that you have to deal with the moral implications of the fact that you are the cheater in the situation. So the feminine energy, or the man who's into men, is the person that is going to cheat. Okay, you're going to cheat. You got privileged women here and mature women. The mature woman is coming from reverse. I don't normally read these in reverse, like I told you, but there's a main woman here, mature woman, privileged woman, and you're gonna be very happy. I was waiting for something bad to come out. It's not going to be. I know people hate to hear this, and if you are the person, the masculine energy that's watching this, thinking that the woman or the man that you're dating is seeing someone who's better off financially than you, and I know you want to hear badly that they're going to get the karma, I don't think that they are. I think this is something that is just where this person was supposed to be. Yeah, it's a relationship that is just, it's going to start off secret relationship, and it's going to start off but in all honesty, you're going to look into it and you want to find out about this connection. So speaking from different people's perspective, look at this. I mean, I told you it's cheating involved. I told you. And you're going to think, okay, so this is different, giving me different perspectives. So thought, theft, lovers in reverse, high honor. So not only is it's giving me perspective of the woman or the man who's interested in men, right? And then it's giving me the perspective of the wealthy man and the man that's on the same economic playing field as the person they're dating. And then it's giving me the perspective of the original partner, and the original partner is going to suspect that there's cheating going on. You're going to snoop, you're going to find out, and yes, your biggest fear is going to be realized that your person is cheating on you with another man who is well off, and not only well off, but has a really good position in life and a job, and they are going to leave you for that person. And I am really, this person I'm going to choose. Yeah, I'm really sorry. Yeah. I'm really sorry. And it's going to be hard for the man who got left. Look at despair. It's going to be hard because they feel like the person that they're with left them for money. But I don't know how to make this better for you, because I don't feel like they're going to get karma or bad karma. And you feel like this person lied to you. They were in a mask. They worked you. They were just waiting for something better to come. And it's going to be really difficult for you. But at the end, it's coming to an end. Yeah, and this person, but they're going to be upfront with you, right? Like after you cheat on me and leave me for somebody who's financially better off than me, you're going to be upfront with me. Big consolation, right? But when the shit hits the fan, because it will hit the fan, the person that you're with is going to be upfront with you and just break it off with you and let you know that they've decided to move on with someone else. Okay. And you just have to understand that that's their journey and that's what they're meant to be. And I know it's really difficult and hard to understand what somebody's journey in their life that they're meant to have in their life hurts you so much. Like, how can somebody else's journey be so painful for me? Well, Because oftentimes we interact and get in relationships with people that maybe we saw red flags about in the beginning, or maybe we should never have, we settled for, or maybe and I'm saying she settled for you or they settled for you. It's just that maybe you settled for them. Maybe you saw some things about them that you should have questioned, and you didn't, because you like them and they're there and they're available. But the fact of the matter is that there are a multitude of reasons why we get involved in timelines that we shouldn't really be in, because these two people, whoever they are, even though they come from different socioeconomic backgrounds, they're going to be together. There's no bad karma coming from whatever they're doing. And it's really meant to grow you as a person and lead you where you need to be, but it's not with this person, because their path is with somebody who is, and not saying that is better or worse, but that's where they're meant to be. Okay. If that is what they value in life, then that's where they're meant to be in life. And that is just not where you're meant to be. So it's time, you're going to have to move on, and deal with it. And I say accept it. You don't have to accept it, but it's going to be part of your growing process, because I don't see any bad karma coming from them because they decided to engage in a relationship while there was already a relationship going. That's just the way that the cards fell. That's the way the cookies crumbled with the situation. But they are meant to be, and they're going to be. All right. So I hate to break that news to you, but that is what I'm picking up for that. All right. So I'm going to get one more reading. And this is the last one for this video. I'm going to do this is specifically about love, specifically. Although the last two oracle readings were about love, they didn't have to be. That's just what they were geared towards, or what came out in the cards. This one is very specifically about love. Okay. What is going on here? Great Gatsby, what is going on? All right, so I already know what's going on. You have somebody in your energy who is really unsure about whether to step up and be with you. Because they still want to, you're dealing with somebody who's really, I want to say immature in the sense that you are dealing with someone who is still in their want to have fun phase. Like, this reminds me of somebody in their 20s, who still goes to the club and still parties and you got masks at the bottom. So it's nothing really profound about this person or this relationship, and be quite honest with you. It literally just comes down to this person making a decision if they want to have responsibilities as far as relationships, because relationships are responsibilities. You're responsible for somebody's feelings and taking them into consideration. And this person is still in their party phase and still want to have fun and still want to do what they want to do. And if they want to hook up with somebody one night after a club, they want to be able to do that. And, so it's like they're in between, because somebody is crazy to me how somebody could fall in love with another person while they're in this phase. That part has always baffled me, because when I was in that phase of just wanting to have fun and party and be young, the idea of it just could never, it would have to have taken a, act of God to make me fall in love with somebody, because that's not what I wanted. And so I would never have put myself in a situation or position to fall in love with somebody, because it was like, oops, I gotta go. I got a party tonight with my girls. Right. So it's always crazy to me that men get themselves, I say men get them, this doesn't have to be a masculine energy, but usually masculine energies go through this more than feminine energies. Right. It's always crazy to me that people get themselves in these situations because you're in this phase where you're really not ready to settle down. You really just want to have fun with your friends. You really just want to be able to do whatever you want to do without having to consult or take into account anybody else's feelings about what you do. But you somehow manage to engage with someone to the point where you actually fall in love with them. And now you're in this position to hurt them because you're not ready to be with them, but you have feelings for them and you can't let them go. I never understood that. I never understood how people allow themselves to get wrapped up in that situation. I think maybe because I am a figure player. Yeah, this is a player. So if you're wondering about this person, this is where they are in life. And if you want to go through that, they're on the verge of changing their ways. This is a problem that I see with people who are like this. Yes, can they change? Yes. Usually the change happens naturally and it occurs because of maturity and just growing up and literally living out phases in your life. I think there is a huge problem. This is me personally. It's not coming up in the cards. This is me personally. I think there is a huge problem when people stunt growth. And when I say stunt growth is you have phases in life that you're supposed to go through fully in order to mature to the next phase in your life. So if you're at this point in life where you're just about self-pleasure, you want to party, you want to have fun, you want to live a freaking life before you have a bunch of responsibilities. If you were to engage with somebody and you've accidentally fall in love with them and now you're undecided if you want to be in a relationship or you want to continue to have fun, I think something about that stunts the growth. I think something stunts the growth. I think something is coming in. You want to be a player, and that's fine if that's what you want to do, and you're not stringing people along and hurting their feelings, letting them know exactly what's up. I don't think it's a problem because you're young and you're supposed, or whatever phase you're in your life, that's the phase you're supposed to be in until you mature to the next phase. And some people never mature to the next phase. That's just them. You have to accept it. But there are phases in life. And so when you come in and this to me seems like the verge and the reverse and the change card coming up for player, like they're on the verge of change, just like they're making a conscious decision and I'm in love with this person, so I'm going to stop being a player. Let me tell you what happens when people make conscious decisions, right? And their soul hasn't evolved. There's so, like, you can decide that, okay, I'm going to stop being a player. You can decide that. But does that mean you're ready for that? And so often you have people who get into relationships with people who say, no, I want you and I know I can't have you in this lifestyle at the same time, so I'm going to change. They mentally, logically tell themselves they're going to change, but have they changed in their heart, in their soul, in their growth? And then they just continuously fall back into those old patterns because regardless of what their brain is telling them, their soul and their growth has not completed. And so you're literally involving yourself with a person who has stunted their growth because they logically know that they can't have both things. And so they have to choose one. And so they choose you. And that's great. It feels great for a hot second. And so 3 months down the line, you find out they're cheating on you with someone because they've fallen back into this player energy. And so that's, I think, the dilemma with this, because how do you say no to a person that you love and that loves you and is, romantic feelings and all the good stuff and dating? And then how do you know that they haven't pretending? Divine timing. Pretending. Yeah, most people pretend when they get to, like I said, pretending. They pretend. Yeah. You are going to get reconciliation. This person got some growing to do. They got some growing to do. You got not for you. Epiphany, healing, arrogance, reconciliation. And they'll be desperate to get you back. They're going to fuck up. I'm going to be quite honest with you. This person is going to fuck up. You're not trusting your intuition about this person. They're going to fuck up. And I think they're going to fuck up a couple of different times. And you guys are going to break up. And then you're going to reconcile because this person is desperate to get you back because they don't ever go through the growth. They don't go through it. It's something about relationships that stunt people's growth oftentimes. Because again, I don't understand it because it's never been me. I let myself go through whatever phase I go through, and I don't let people come in and disrupt my growth. But oftentimes people allow relationships with people to disrupt their growth. So if this person was going through their player phase, they needed to completely get out of that before they decided to settle down with someone. But they met you in the midst of it, and now they're conflicted. They choose you, but they still always fall back into those old bad habits because they never really grew out of those old bad habits before they met you. You guys go through what you go through, the constant cheating and the fights and the arguments and the other people being involved. You break up with the person, you reconcile, you do get married. It's just that roller coaster of that up and down because this person was never really allowed to get it out of their system before they met you. Double life. Yeah. And then you get tied down because of finances, and you never really listen to your intuition about this person. And it's just constantly you waiting on this person to choose you. The only you card is me saying, like, this is you at night, just waiting for this person to finally choose you. Even when you thought they chose you, they didn't, because at the end of the day, people can only be who they are. They can only be who they are. You know, they can't be anything more than what they are. And if this person never really grew out of being an immature player, they never grew out of it. They can't be anything more than what they are. Is what it's a saying. It's a quote. I'm gonna get it wrong because I don't remember verbatim. But not a quote. Well, I guess it's a quote. I guess you would attribute it to a quote. Frida Kahlo, who said something along the lines of, you can't love, and this is what people do consistently all the time, you can't love someone for who they're not. Right. And that's what people do. I'm going to love you for the things that you aren't. You aren't those. You're not faithful. You're not committed. You're not selfless. You're not ready for a relationship. But I'm going to love you for all of those things that you're not. How can you love somebody for the things that they're not? The things that you're waiting for them to be, the things that they, every single person on the planet has potential to be, but not every single person ever lives up to. How can you love somebody for that? You only love them for what they are. So if this person is a philanderer or a cheater or a player or a flatterer, that's who they are. So you either love that or you walk away from it. But you can't continue to love people for who they're not. And this person is exactly who they are, even though they might have thought they could change, or they logically tell themselves, yeah, I can do this, I can change. But the fact of the matter is they didn't change. Just because their brain is telling them they should change doesn't mean they did change. And that's why they always fall back into the old patterns of who they were when you met them, because they never grew out of that phase before they decided to change. You can't decide to change. It has to be in your heart. Your heart has to change. And you have to go through life. You have to develop, you have to grow, you have to mature. This person never really grew out of that phase. And so you're going to be with them and go through the ups and downs of them continuously falling off the wagon and going back to their old ways. All right, guys. So that is the message that I have for you, or the messages that I have for you. I really hope that helped. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope that it shed some light on, not all things in life are black and white. They're just not. Everything is basically gray. I think there's very few things in life that are black and white. Everything is gray. And I think oftentimes when you come to tarot or you come to divination, you want the black and white because so much of life is gray. And even when I did the reading where I was telling you that you're going to be the person that is cheating, or you're going to be the person that gets cheated on, and there isn't bad karma from that. And oftentimes you grow up thinking in life, well, there has to be bad karma for it, because everybody tells me that when people do bad things to you, bad karma happens. But there are so many nuances and gray areas with everything in life. So if I told you it's somebody's destiny to meet this rich, wealthy man who's above their, pay grade, and fall in love and have a family and create a legacy with that person, but unfortunately they meet that person with you, that contradicts everything that you've been told about life, right? When people do bad things are supposed to happen to those people. But if I told you it was that person's destiny, and bad things can't happen to that person, otherwise it would affect their destiny. But they hurt me, so bad things are supposed to happen to them. So it's hard for me as a tarot reader who actually reads what actually comes out in the cards, and not, builds people up to believe some fantasy about life or spirituality. To tell you that, yeah, somebody's going to cheat on you and they're going to have a really good life afterwards. That is difficult as hell to come to terms with. But you have to find the spiritual message and why you are meant to go through that in your life, because it's not about them. When that person leaves your life, it is no longer about them. It's about you. And so oftentimes we focus on everybody else, and that's what stunts your growth and stops you from getting to where you are supposed to be in life, because you're so focused on somebody else getting their karma for some path that they were meant to take in life. Okay, so it's difficult, it's hard, and it's hard to hear, I know, or it's hard to hear that you're not getting the thing that you want, because you don't come to divination to tell people who can predict the future to tell you that you're not getting the thing that you want. But you have to understand that life is a lot of gray, and you're not going to always get the thing that you want. But you have to learn the lessons and the purpose behind it, because if you don't, then you just come out being just really irritable and disappointed with the fact that you were born on this earth. And you should be happy and grateful about the fact that you were born on this earth, because it is a miracle. All right, so that is the message that I have for you. I really hope that helped. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, positive feedback and comments, and I will see you next time.